I was just gonna ask about Eric playing off the ball. Do you think that's kind of the way you're gonna go moving forward, and how has Hakeem handled playing point guard more?
Yeah, I think we'll do both. You know, I think when Hakeem's in the game, Eric will be off the ball, not entirely, but most of the time. And then when Hakeem's out, Eric will be on the ball. So I think that's kind of what we've done in the past with Anthony. We did it with Melo, and as I got older, now we're doing it with Eric. So everybody's getting a little bit more comfortable. That was the first game back for Eric, and he was good. He scored the ball well, but I think everybody's getting a little bit more comfortable with what we're doing. So we've actually been doing this for 5 or 6 games before he got hurt, but we feel like it gives us the best chance. Now we want Akeem to get shots too, because Akeem's a good shooter. He's 40% from 3, so we're trying to get more shots in the game too, and he's got to be a little bit more aggressive with his shots. But yeah, that's kind of where we are, Emily.
Do you think that's helping Eric offensively?
I don't know yet. Because he scored better at the point the other night, and didn't score as much at the 2. I think in time, yes. Right now, it's still a work in progress.
Next up, we'll go to Daniel Oyefusi from the Baltimore Sun.
Hey, Mark, I know halfway through the conference slate, you'd obviously love to have a couple more wins on your plate. But given that, 2 of your wins have come against top 15 teams on the road, what can you take from those 2 wins and really try to instill in your players going forward in the second half of the conference slate?
Yeah, well, we've just keep talking about being more consistent. And what we've learned is we really have to play well to win in this league. We can't play pretty good and beat the teams in this league for where we are. We have to play really well. And so we just got to be more consistent. We've 2 of the last 3 league games, we haven't given the effort that we need. Iowa and Michigan, and they're really good teams, but we got to give more effort than we gave in those games. So where Illinois, we gave the effort and play with confidence. So, it's just about being more consistent and on both ends and competing at a high level. And that's really what we're trying to get. We do take a lot from those wins because those are really good teams. It gives us hope that, we're still in this thing. And, as far as, starting to win a few games and get better. This will be our 6th road game and only 3 at home. We lost a home game, obviously. Now we haven't won at home. But it's been a tough stretch, and you look at who we've played in the league. Not that anybody's going to be easy to beat, because there's not an easy win for our team this year. But we've played a lot of the top teams, a lot of the good teams, and we're just trying to stay confident. We're trying to get better, trying to learn from film. And I think we got better since Tuesday. I don't know how we're going to play tomorrow, but I feel like we've gotten better since Tuesday.
We'll go to Lila Bromberg.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
Good, Lila. How you doing?
Good. So, against Minnesota, you guys are kind of facing a different big than, you have in a lot of games with, having Liam Robbins as someone who can stretch the floor more, kind of plays a bit more similar to how Sticks played last year in terms of he can shoot more. How do you adjust to that? And do you see that as more of an advantage for you guys, just because you don't have that traditional low post presence against, those big guys that you have in the past?
Yeah, we'll see. What makes it difficult is Marcus Carr's coming off those ball screens. And he's really, really good player. Maybe one of the best, if not the best offensive player in the league. He's top 2 or 3 for sure. Especially at the guard position. So, yeah, we'll see. We're going to have to mix our defenses and our coverages and all that kind of stuff as the game goes on. But yeah, and he's good on the low block too. And he's so long and so big. He's a heck of a player. I can't imagine this kid, how good he was at Drake. But he's a really good player. But yeah, he's a tough matchup. Reminds me of the Wisconsin guys with Reavers and Potter that can pick and pop. So, we'll see. But I think we're gonna have to change our coverages as the game goes on, and hopefully it'll help us keep them a little bit off balance, and we'll be able to get to them from the 3-point line.
And a little bit unrelated, but just what was your reaction when you saw that, Alex Len was signing with the Wizards? I think he's, one of your first players to be playing, in the DMV out of Maryland.
Yeah, I was real excited. The Wizards actually reached out to me and told me before, and which I thought was really classy on Tommy Shepard's part. But really happy for Alex back home. Hopefully, he's going to be around David Atkins and Ryan Richmond, guys that were here at Maryland when he was here. They're on the staff there with the Wizards, so hopefully that's going to give him a comfort level and give him a chance to really help the team, hopefully. And just to have him home is great. I look forward to. I know COVID screws everything up, but just seeing him a little bit more, watching him on TV a little bit more, it's going to be. I'm glad he's here. I was real excited.
We'll go to Alex Plum.
Muted.
Alex.
Sorry. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I've been having some internet issues today, so I'm on my phone. Bear with me, like you said.
That's
But
close up, brother.
Anyway, so you were kind of just talking about that process that you've been talking about through the season about, how you guys are just, growing as a team and going through the peaks and valleys and all that. You talk about the process itself, but what's kind of been your message to the players that, if maybe they're getting down, or I know some nights they're really high up, some days they might be disappointed, but what's kind of been your message to them, and how have you kind of made sure that they stay focused on the task and they stay positive and they keep growing and go through that process?
Yeah, it's a grind. There's no doubt about it, but we try to coach with positive energy. It's been a bit more difficult this year, but we try to teach with positive energy. And, I think it's the way you approach practice, the way you approach it mentally is what we're trying to do. So you're trying to make guys better individually, but you're also trying to make your team better as you go along here. It's one of those things where we know we can play at a high level when we do it. So it's always something you can talk about. And you're just what you're trying to do is just stay as positive as you can, but also correct all the mistakes. So we watched 37 clips the other day of bad defense at Michigan, so hopefully you don't have to watch 37 clips after the Minnesota game. It's like 8 or 10, but you got to learn from that, right? And then they got to respond from it. And they responded from it in practice. Now see if they respond in the game. So, we feel like we got almost everybody coming back. So you're trying to get those guys better and make them better and make them confident. And, we're Maryland, so we expect to win every game. We haven't, and we're not going to, but that's the way we approach it. And we've been a really good team in this league for a long time. And this year it's been really difficult for us, but it's not like we're rolling over. And it might've looked that way at times versus Michigan, but we make a few more free throws, make a couple more layups, then we might've had a little bit more enthusiasm during that game. So we're staying positive as we can and continue to teach them and get better.
For our last question today, we'll go to Reese Levin.
Hey, Coach. Going after such an emotional win last year, are you trying to carry over that energy that you guys had in that building, that you were able to silence them and move it towards this year, especially with no fans being in the building?
Yeah, obviously we have good feelings walking into that building. We've won. I think it's totally different. This COVID stuff, something else, man. But we'll feel good about ourselves walking in. But we have a lot of guys that weren't there last year that'll be playing in the game. So we just want to play well. We didn't. Michigan, is really, really good, but we could have competed a little bit more. I just want our guys to compete and play better and give ourselves a chance. And that's really what we've talked about, whether it's walking into a building we were good at last year or, playing in our building. We just want to play. We want to compete and be a little bit more consistent with our effort. And hopefully we're going to do that tomorrow.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys.